In this short video, I want to show how you can add a ton of value in the eyes of your executive management. So I know you have like hundreds of dashboards and maybe thousands of reports. In fact, I was dealing with a customer the other day who had 13,000 dashboards and over 100,000 reports. But in all of those, there are probably 5, 10 that the executives are looking at, and that's how they're managing the business. And at the moment, they are relying on those dashboards to understand how to make decisions. So the question is, are those dashboards and reports accurate, and are they being driven from the right information? If you can A, prove that's true, or B, identify that there are problems and fix those problems, you will look like a star in their eyes. So that's what we're aiming to do in this quick session. So to be able to do this, you need to install and run the Elements.cloud application. It's a free 14-day trial. We'll extend that trial if people need it extended. But everything I'm going to show you, you can use the free application, so you're not on the hook to spend any money once you finish doing this work. So there's a free trial link that we'll give you at the end. So once you've synchronized your org, it builds this tree structure, which is everything in your org. It synchronizes all the metadata. It doesn't pull any customer data, so it's just looking at metadata. And the left-hand side is a tree structure. So you can see there are all the Apex classes. But what we need to worry about is dashboards. So you may have thousands of dashboards, in which case you just do a search. But let's think about a dashboard for us, which is our pro trial dashboard. That's a critical one for us. How many of you are starting those trials? And the first thing I need to do is understand where that dashboard is being fed from. So these are all the reports that feed that dashboard. So let's have a look at that one. If I roll over any one, it gives me the API name. So let's say converted pro trials. If I click on the blue, that will open up our tree structure, but now it's focused on that particular report. Obviously, I could navigate down the tree structure and find the report, but this is a very quick way of finding in the next page. So now I'm looking at this report, but now the important thing is I can start to look at the description, but then which fields are used in the report, in which case there are 2 fields, converted date and status. So you may find you have a long list of fields, and you can see where it says high, medium, or these are high, but you will have high, medium, and low. If you see a red lozenge, it says low. That means that there is no data in that field. So you've got to ask the question, why is it on the report? So let's have a look at converted date. I can see in the rollover, it's used in flows, formula fields, page layouts. Okay, so I need to understand where this field is being populated from. So let's go and open up converted date. And obviously you can drill down and drill down and drill down for every important field in that report. Or maybe you just want to highlight and drill in on those ones, first of all, that are red to understand why there's no data. Right, so this says it shows the date the pro trial was converted. If I look at usage here, I can see it's used in a number of different places. So actually any changes to this will have a huge impact. And a bit further down, I've got something called dependency analysis. I've already run one of those, so I click on that, I can see I could open it. But what that's doing is it's using the new dependency API to show me not just single level where used. This field is used in these 6 or 7 places, but it will then enable me to drill out and drill out and drill out. So I can see this is all the places that field is used in all of these reports, but it's also used in that flow. It's related to that custom field. It's related to that custom field. Wow, that custom field is now used in that flow and that one and that one. Wow, okay, but that flow is used in a flexi page. I now need to go a bit further, which is associated with a custom object called org. So I click on that. Wow, okay. Suddenly I'm starting to see the implications of how all these things are interconnected. And we can do that for fields, for flows, for objects. So you can start to get some real insights into your org. And if you click on any field, it will give you the option of either opening it up inside our tree structure, or opening this up inside Salesforce's setup page. So if you want to get to that quick action, or I want to get to that flow very quickly, I can see it inside our elements tree, or I can click and open up inside setup. So the key of this thing for this is identify what the key dashboards are that your executives are looking at, work out which reports are feeding them, and then for each report, so let's do that again. So look at the dashboard, look at the reports. For each report, start looking at each report and work out which fields are in them and if that data is accurate. So there may be examples where there are fields where you thought it was the right field because you picked the field label, but actually there are two fields with the same name and the wrong one was picked. There may be another situation where the field was used and now that the use of that field has now been changed. So therefore the data that's being pushed into this report and then into this dashboard is now incorrect. This would be a mind-numbing task if you had to try and wind your way through setup to do this. We've tried to make it as easy as possible by doing all the heavy lifting for you, by doing the analysis behind the scenes.